Here's the latest information for you. Winds right now 35 with Tropical Depression 16, moving northwest at 7, and it's just about on shore here in Nicaragua. Will work its way across Nicaragua and part of the Honduras area before emerging back in the northwestern part of the Caribbean. Now, when it goes over this part of the Caribbean, it is expected to become a tropical storm at this point. There was significantly warm water temperatures around 84, 85 degrees here, so this could significantly intensify from 35 to much as 65-mile-per-hour tropical storm. Then it is expected to clip part of the Yucatan Peninsula. The question is how much of it will be farther in, will we miss it at all? That'll make a difference as well, too, as we head on in through Friday and into early Saturday morning, 1 a.m. just north of the Cancun area. Latest forecast track, you can see here again, kind of looks ominous, but again, we need to watch this closely. Remember, yesterday it was Panama City, now it's closer to us. So that's a big difference there. We could easily see the models going back and forth again. And don't just follow the center line here. So again, we're looking at the entire cone over southeast Louisiana with a possible landfall Sunday morning around, say, 6, 7 o'clock in the morning. Right now, at this point, it looks like Plaquemines Parish, then working its way toward Biloxi, and then farther to the north up near Pennsylvania as we go farther inland. So definitely a significant change from what we saw last night with Alexandra talking to you and even what Chris had yesterday at noon. So that's a big difference out there. Still expected to be a weak hurricane around 75 miles per hour. But fortunately, the only good news with this, if you want to call any kind of good news, it's a fast moving hurricane. So that means rainfall totals will be significantly lower with this versus some of the other tropical systems across the United States earlier this year. So you can see here by 1 a.m. on Sunday, it's off our coastline. By 1 a.m. Monday, it's near Huntsville, Alabama. That's pretty quick moving there. So that would be a good thing scenario for us as well, too. But again, we'll be watching this. A lot of changes can happen. The forecast models we're talking about, we're shifting more toward Louisiana this morning. Here's kind of a breakdown of why this is going to happen. Upper level high pressure sitting off the east coast of the United States. This is Friday night. The system sitting there too far away from the Cancun area. And what's going to happen is this low typically rides on the east-western edge of these upper level highs. And with this upper level high off the coast of Florida, that's the path of least resistance. Reason why it's moving north is you have clockwise flow around a high, plus we have this trough of low pressure coming in. That's also pulling the system northward. Unfortunately, that's lining up over Louisiana at the moment. We'll see if this trend continues over the next couple of days. So this is Sunday morning, and then of course the system will work its way farther off to the northeast from that point. So here's the European model. You can see here's where we're looking at that low, kind of in the central part of the Gulf of Mexico, and then coming right into Louisiana now here. This is Sunday. They're saying a little later, around 9:30 in the morning, before working its way farther to the north into Alabama. Now, the American model, GFS, one thing to note with this one, pretty much agreeing the same location here near the Yucatan Peninsula. But look at this one. It kind of falls apart. The system not as organized, which would be a weaker system, potentially nothing more than a weak low, maybe a tropical depression working its way toward Louisiana. That's a lot different than what the European says. So again, you can see significant uncertainties continue with the two forecast models here as we go on in throughout Sunday and then heading on into the rest of Sunday into Monday. So again, something we're watching. Hurricane hunters will continue to fly into the system, get us more data out there. Weather balloon data, upper level data will all be coming in to help make things more accurate. Now, as mentioned before, water temperatures are in the mid 80s down the Caribbean versus the lower 80s here. So a little cooler waters, again, would help to prevent it from getting too strong, something we have a good thing for us this time of year. So what do you do now? Hey, we're all in this together. So stay calm, have a plan, know where to go in case the system is expected to totally come here. A lot of uncertainty, things are going to change. Keep it tuned here, as well as my social media page. You can find me, meteorologist Dave Nussbaum, on Facebook. I'm on Twitter. I'm on all the social networks, so find my information there. But our weather today, though, going to be fantastic. 74 degrees out there now, dew point 68 around the area. We're looking at 60s north of the lake, 70s on the south shore. And to go about our day today, we do have some strong winds, so we still have to deal with some coastal flooding concerns all the way till noon on Sunday now, so the high water will persist. And if we get this tropical system coming in, water levels would be even higher than that. So heading out the door today, mid 80s expected out there. Again, less humid conditions expected across the region too. But again, we'll be watching the system closely as we head into the weekend. So right now we'll go with the 50 to 70% chance for rain for the weekend. April?